How old were you when you had the brace put on?
So I started being monitored when I was 7. So I was followed by doctors every 6 months to see if my scoliosis was progressing, because my mom had a very severe curve in her spine. She had one of the very first spinal fusions in the country. And so I was followed from 7 until I was 11. And at 11, I got a brace and I wore it until I was 13.
Gotcha. And then I was curious then, because I know that Braced is about a soccer player. Basketball features very heavily in taking up. I don't know. Does Focused have an athlete in it as well?
Well, chess. There's not it's a team sport, but it's a game.
That's my best sport, so that's.
Oh, then I really want to hear what you think about it if you ever have a chance to read it or listen to the audiobook.
It's on my list. I absolutely love taking up space, and so I'm happy that there's 2 more books that await me.
Yay!
Were you an athlete?
So I went to the short answer is no. I was not a great athlete. I mean, I went to a school where it was a school requirement to play a sport, which is sort of like a weird form of torture if you think about it. But what was really cool about it is, even though I was never good at sports, like I never had a brain for sports, I guess is how I would put it. I could like do the skills and I could be, but wasn't sports smart. I didn't know where to be on the field, or I didn't know where to be on the court. But I loved being on a team. Like there was something about being on a team that really I'm interested in. I was excited by. I wish that there was, I felt that way about being in theater. I did a lot of theater in middle school and high school, and like being on a cast was the same feeling of like, you had like the stage managers and you had the tech people and like, and the actors and the directors, and everybody's like part of this thing to make this show happen. And that's what being on a team always felt like for me. It's like, we're all in it to like win. But yeah, I was never a great athlete.
Theater was my other sport, so we're getting along.
Yeah, theater was for sure the sport I excelled at the most.
And then while I'm thinking about ways in which Sarah might be somewhat like you, but is not like you, obviously, as a fictional character, she writes down charts of the detective stories. Listen to me explaining my novels to you. You're gonna love this book. Let me tell you how it ends. But she's writing the charts to figure out the ending, and I thought that's so specific. Was that an activity that you or someone you knew engaged in?
What's so funny is I just like made that up. It just came out of the fiction of writing it. I mean, to be honest, I'm a great amateur detective. As an amateur detective, it's really hard for me to find a mystery where I don't know what's going to happen well in advance. I mean, I'm always on the hunt for it. I consume so much British murder mystery. It's what I do when I'm not writing and I'm not reading. I'm basically consuming British murder mysteries. And so it's really hard for me to not know what's going to happen like very quickly. So I felt like Sarah and I do share that she wants to be stumped. She wants the mystery to really like make her brain churn and for the puzzle pieces to be difficult to put together. And I definitely am always yearning for that as a reader and as a watcher. And I think just my brain is like constantly looking for stimulation. So that's one of the ways that I look for it. But I never thought to do a chart until I wrote that into her character. And now I'm like, maybe I'm going to start doing that. I mean, I always like I wanted like everybody to know that I was right. So I feel like I would have to do it in a way where like I would chart it out in between the pages. Like I would have to have like almost like index cards to be like, see, I knew here on this page. Like there'd be proof. So I feel like I'm not sure that like even I would believe how great I am at solving murder mysteries unless I had that proof.
Live tweeting books a thing? It should be a thing.
What'd you say?
I said, is live tweeting books a thing?
I mean,
that you read? That should be.
That should be a thing. I agree.
I mean, I suppose you'd have to put, spoiler warning as you get to toward the end.
Well, I always say I wish I could like bet on books. I wish there was like a market for like, yeah, you can like bet on sports. I wish I could bet on books because I always know like which ones are going to do the best and which ones everybody are going to love. I'm like, how come I can't make money at this?
As far as like, if you look at books being released, like this one's probably going to be more successful than others.
Yep. Or actually, I'm better at like the underdog books. I'm better at the books that like haven't been chosen necessarily in advance, but that like I know the sort of like they're the ones that I know people are gonna find it and it's gonna resonate pretty early on.
Gotcha. So you're going for the challenges, not like I bet this new John Green book will be successful.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh.
Figured that out, did you? Oh yeah. And given your love of mysteries, I mean, is it possible? I don't know if you've got another Own Voices book ahead of you, but is there a point at some point where you might write a mystery of your own?
I guess it's a mystery. You're gonna have to wait and see. I've been telling everybody who asks what my next project is that they're just gonna have to wait because I'm really trying to like build that suspense, but it's really good. Maybe I'll be able to announce it by the time this is actually live in August.
Okay.
So I'll let you know. You'll be you'll be the first to know, so you can like edit it. You can tweet it out.
Yeah, I'll edit in right here as we're talking. Like, I predict. And I'll look like a genius.
We'll bet on it. See if anybody's thinking about creating a market for betting on books. We're here for that.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's not that much more ridiculous than the stock market. Come on.
No, I mean, I think it's just another industry.
I mean, people are betting on cryptocurrency all day long. This way, at least they're reading.
Why not middle grade fiction? I mean,
we're not going to destroy the environment. This is a healthy alternative.
Exactly.